Hans Wormhat. I'm just gonna kind of blab in this video, talk about whatever I want to talk about. This is something that I was reading on Reddit, and once you know the secret, once you know how the truth, how Earth really works, you just pick up on a lot more that is otherwise just background noise. So here's a feel-good story. I'm 21. He will be in a couple weeks. This pregnancy is very unplanned. I had a lapse in birth control, and next thing you know, baby. I thought he'd leave and hate me. Instead, he's been so unbelievable supportive, and he's become the single most important person in the world to me. When school closed for the year, instead of going back to my dad, who called me a harlot when he found out I was pregnant and said that the baby probably wasn't my boyfriend's, I was invited to stay with him and his parents. I feel so at home here. I guess this is what a family is supposed to feel like. I guess I'll just stop here and say that how many people there are out there that are obviously really evil spirited people that try to claim that they're religious. Like how that's just disgusting to talk to your daughter like that. Can't even imagine. His folks insist I call them mom and dad. They never scold me or yell about Jesus. They don't care that me and their son sleep in the same bed. My parents would throw us out for that. Me and his mom in particular are getting along great. She's Puerto Rican and is teaching me Spanish, and I find her super easy to open up to. She's adamant. Here's the point of just little tidbits that you pick up on. She's adamant we're having a boy. How can anyone be so certain about what kind of child you're going to have? Well, the whole point of this free Martin thing, a free Martin and a woman can never have just a natural male or even a strat because all they have is, if you think genetically, you just have nothing but a bunch of X chromosomes going on. Just one of them happens to have a penis. And this thing about being adamant you're having a boy, it's because some families have very strong free Martin genes, or whatever you might want to call it. Their girls just trigger the same testosterone release that a natural boy does in the uterus. And some people, they can just be certain because they've had generation after generation of having free Martin, free Martin, free Martin, free Martin. You can see families where they have, 8 boys, and you can see they're all free Martins. It's because every single time their female child is going to trigger the same testosterone release that a boy does. So that's why I picked this. There's a lot of people out there that are, you're going to have a boy. You're going to have a boy for sure. They know. It's because they know. There's no chance to it. It's not just a 50-50 coin toss like people try to say. That's just a lie they tell you. There's no real point to this post other than wanting to share my boyfriend and his amazing family. Great. That's great that this bio female who is dating a free Martin doesn't know it. It's just a big secret that everybody keeps from people, and for some reason, they think it's okay to keep it from people. And I think that some of it goes into the fact that it's like a medical condition. I don't have to share my medical conditions with anybody. It's just between me and my doctor. I think that's how people approach it. Like, I dated a strat. Nobody told me about this while I was doing that. Nobody in my family. The strat themselves, I mean, there's red flags if you know what to look for. Looking back now, I know, but nobody in my life, nobody at all, had the compassion to tell me the truth because for them it's more important to keep secrets. How many people in my life who claim to be Christian could have easily told me the truth, and it would have saved me a lot of pain and suffering and making bad decisions. I mean, of course, I don't blame them because even the things that I did that were bad, it's like I knew that they were bad, but it's like if I knew the truth, I definitely would have not done a lot of these things. And they know that. They know that. They know that if I knew about the difference between strats and women, there's no way I would have dated one. So it's disgusting what these people do with their secrets. Yeah, talking about phony Christians, phony Christians. But then look at this. This is just what I'm talking about. Bob Lee, 77. A lot who say they are Christians are not. Want to know why I can say that? Because a real Christian has a transformed heart. You got a 77 in your username. You're talking about having a transformed heart. So I'm sure that this person claims to be a Christ follower, but they're a little secret keeper, a little number code user. Where did Jesus tell us it was okay to have secrets and number codes and special words that you throw out to talk to your transformed people? I just don't understand. It's the elephant in the room. If you're not yelling at the top of your lungs about Orange 33, about how all these inverts are out there, about intersex conditions, what are you doing? What's the point? The day that I woke up to this whole transpocalypse, the day I woke up to transpocalypse, it's been on my mind every second and never ceasing since then, and I need to tell people about it. Now imagine all these people that have been surrounding you your entire life who have always known these things. And it's like so ridiculous because I tell my family about a lot of the stuff that I know. I haven't like directly accused them. I tell them about the Orange 33 stuff, about how outer space is fake and all this, and they will not back down. They will not back down at all. My mom just recently visited. One of the first things out of her mouth is rehashing the old psyop that I've talked about where they try to pretend like I hit my brother in the head with a baseball bat, but it was just a big psyop and an excuse to they give cover stories for getting plastic surgery. My Rex bro got a brow implant, probably chin implant too. I don't know. Because it's funny. At the same time, my mom also brought up about she was like, "Oh yeah, like how everybody." I forget what we were talking about, but she brought up, "Oh yeah, how everybody has a story for the scar on their chin." Because my mom knows the secret. My mom's a bio female witch. She knows the secret. That's a secret. The fact that all of these inverts pretty much get chin implants and they all will have some BS story about the line on their chin or underneath their chin. I've had people tell me this. And it's funny because so this one Martin I know, Free Martin, it's like the way that I've lived my life, I guess I just stopped paying attention to that stuff at a certain point. I used to understand that Strats necks grossed me out because they get strip throat, they get their neck shaved down. I used to understand that Free Martins have boobs. They just look like they have boobs. I used to look at the TV at men with their shirt off, and I used to understand why do they have chest? Why is their chest? Why are they so chesty? And now I know the truth. You just forget it after a while. It's like I don't know what happens. Something you just get immune to it. I stopped getting grossed out. I mean, I ended up dating a strat. It's disgusting. It's like you stop paying attention to the neck because they're just covering it all the time. Magic. They cast a magic spell on you about the necks. Anyways, I got a little sidetracked there. I just think Reddit is hilarious with how infantile the front page of Reddit has posts where the first word is dipshits. It's like complete idiocracy. There's no semblance of I don't know, formality. What happened? How long ago do we have to go where people were writing beautifully with cursive and writing each other poetry and letters and people assume that it's because low tech. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe they could have communicated in other ways, but they just had a more refined living. It's just this just screams idiocracy to me. And anyways, this whole stay at home thing. And when you go out, so I have been venturing out. I see so many Free Martins. Free Martins are all the ones wearing masks from what I've seen. It's crazy. They're so scared. They're like 20 years old, Free Martin wearing a mask. So some of them probably are scared. Some of them are probably just that's street theater. It's street theater for a Mason. Oh, haha, I'm gonna go put on my mask and go prance around for the COVID thing. Some people get excited to be a part of it. I read comments on here about, there was a Reddit thread earlier. Oh, I broke up with my wife, and then she tried to pretend like she had COVID, and I found out she was just lying. And other people making comments about how, oh yeah, when 9/11 happened, there was this huge thread on 4chan about somebody saying that their family died, and then it all came out later that they were just a liar. That's what happens. They set the stage, and they know that there's a bunch of liar phonies out there that'll perpetuate the lies for them. It's just you're surrounded by liars, and yeah, it's just, this whole shutdown thing is very bizarre. A lot of people know it's fake. I think it's interesting that people are protesting it. And of course, people leading the opposition are going to be inverts, so, but they won't be talking about it. I don't know. It's the elephant in the room. If you're ever associating with somebody who's not exposing the inverts, they can't be trusted. I don't understand all the people who claim to be Christian, but they've seen me struggling in my life. They've seen me doing things that I wouldn't be doing if I knew the truth. And they never came to me and said, hey, you know what? The men are women, the women are men. That would have helped me out so much. Orange 33. Somebody could have pulled me aside when I was 10 years old, told me, Orange 33, the men are really women, the women are really men, and it would have changed my life forever, for the better. Anyways, that's it for this video. God bless everyone.